Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We are back again. This is our second session for today. And today we are this session it's about your child's school. And okay, so while I was in Lagos, I used to teach children manners and etiquette across schools in Lagos. There was one school I worked with. I've shared it on Facebook a couple of times that if there's any school I want to recommend in Lagos, it is Great Destination School. You just type it in and follow her on Facebook, and you will see a lot of the things she's doing. And the funny thing, I hear people complain, schools complain all of the time. Oh, our parents don't attend PTAs, our parents are not on the same page with us. She is able to carry her parents along. So, and she is able to combine a lot of the things. Children go for extracurricular activities, and the children do fantastically well. Now, I just want her to teach us some things we do not know, whether as a school owner or as a parent. So one of the things you want to do is you actually want to invite your children's school owner right now, your children's school owner. And if you know any school owner, please invite them. And other parents also invite them. Let's come together and see how we can work in partnership, how we can work together. Because I always say something: if you are teaching one thing, the school is teaching the same thing, and the parents in your child's class, the children in your child's class, the parents are teaching the same thing, it becomes easy for us to raise the children we actually want to see. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. Good evening, Ma. Thank you for joining us, Coach Patricia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us today. We appreciate you, and we are ready to learn and unlearn and relearn. Thank you so much, Ma, for
You're
agreeing to
welcome.
do this with us.
We thank God.
Thank
We
you,
bless
Ma.
you. It's a pleasure.
Okay, Ma. So, Ma, please, we would like to know a bit about you before we get
Okay.
started.
Okay. I am Adetutu Adegoke. I'm an accountant turned teacher. I'm a trained accountant, and I finished from University of Jos. So you may be wondering how did I get to teaching part? So when I was going for my youth service, I prayed a prayer. I said, Lord, use youth service to direct me to your purpose for my life. And I even wrote down the prayer point. I wrote it down in a jotter like this, like a jotter, like a slip. I still have it up today. I have goals. I have clear goals. When I was going for youth service, I knew, I decided, I told God that my youth service, I will use it to pay the tithe of the years I spent in university. you know yes, before I got to university, I had some struggle. I have to rewrite for my WAEC and all of this. At that point, I got to meet the Lord and had a relationship with the Lord, so I knew the Lord even before I get to school. So when I was going for this, I said, Lord, use this service to direct me to your purpose, and that was the prayer. So by the time I was getting into youth service, I have made up my mind. I'm going to go into volunteer. I'm not going to work for money. I'm going to go into something that I have to render my service for free, volunteering. So when we got to camp, these people came, a mission organization, called Calvary Ministry, Capo. So they came to our camp in Castina. I was posted to Castina. I also told God that I'm not going to work myself, that anywhere they post me, that's where I will go. So when we got to camp in Castina, in Castina, so these people came to recruit us that will come and work in mission field. I volunteer. So I was part of the people they interviewed. So I was taken with one brother like that. So we went to the mission field. So they have a school. Mission, they use school as funds. Some can use school, you can use anything as well. So but this ministry, Calvary Ministry, Capro, they use school as fund. So such that it's something they will use to get the indigens, the Hausa in the north. So I'm part of the people that they got to that school then, as coppers that went to go and serve. That was 2005, 2006. So it was a boarding school, a boarding school, and we're there with them. It was a real rural, rugged place. And some of the experience I've never had before, I had it there, because in that school there was no electricity, there was no pipe-borne water. and there were children there that we worked with. So that was where, by the time I was leaving, I was passing out from the National Youth Service. I already knew through that because through my experience with Capro, my working with them, because I work with children, and people is saying, Mala, they call teacher Malama. Malama do you think you actually attend? I say I'm praying. So I now read a book, Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. So that book also affirmed to me. I read the book and I was able to see that this and this, I think this is the direction the Lord is taking me to. And what capital for me is one of my quiet time then, I read about the gift, the people that the parable of the talent that was told in
The
the
parable
Bible.
of the talents.
Well, yes, I read that in a quiet time. Then I've been sensing that I think I'm going towards teaching. So and now, by the time I finish that read that Bible, so in my quiet time, I normally journal. I write down things I learn. So I now listed all my gifts that I know myself and everything. By the time I circle them together, mostly they went with teaching profession. So that was when I knew that I'm called to be a teacher. Though it was a tough decision for me to now say I want to drop teaching. In fact, during my UCB, I started writing some professional exam, because but the Lord helped me. I'm one of the best in my class. So even my people, they are looking for that. Okay, you have to go for your icon and all of those things. And by the time I was leaving your service, I knew I'm supposed to be a teacher. So I knew I'm going to change direction, but it was a very, very tough decision for me. And God helped me. Yes, very, very tough. you
In
know,
fact, this introduction you have given, I have written teaching was born covenant.
yeah,
It was born from covenant with God because you told God that it was going to be your tithes. I
yes,
have written that you read the purpose driven life. I have
yes,
written that you actually carried out a talent analysis by yourself. Well
yes,
done, man. No wonder, because your own teaching, really, the passion you have. I tell people every single time. There was one time somebody was asking me, I was talking about great destination in school, and I made a post about it on Facebook a couple of years ago. Someone close to me was reached me and was asking me, did they pay you to advertise this school? Don't you know people collect money to advertise? See the way you are. I said no. I said I have worked with different schools in Lagos before I moved to Delta State, and this is one of the schools I will recommend. Even a couple of months ago, a parent reached me. Her children at a boarding house. We were talking about she bringing them down, and I recommended Great Destination. Unfortunately, she lives in Festac. She lives in
wow.
Festac. And I was like, if she had a boarding school, I would tell you, take your children there. Because I know that that school is operated from a place of passion. Like, God, thank you so much, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
welcome.
Thank
Yes, ma'am.
you. Okay, so let's go to the questions we have. And the first question
Okay.
I have here, many schools struggle with parents. I've heard these questions a lot of time for parents to attend PTAs. And I know that great destinations, parents just don't attend PTAs. Parents attend prayer meetings. Like, you don't see
Yes.
that kind of school before. Even to attend PTA is a problem. Now, this particular school, parents attend. She calls and parents attend. Please, ma, cut so for us.
Uh, yes. First of all, we thank God for that, for mobilizing the heart of our parents for us. But then it's also boiled down with to your vision. What should you want to achieve with the children? I know before we are starting our school that you cannot achieve it alone. It takes three, and the three involve the parents, school, and the child himself or herself. It takes three. That's the slugline I normally use to build, to bring up a total child in the school. It takes three. The parent must be involved. And again, our orientation and mindset also matter. When I've seen people in this our profession and like school owners too, when they are talking about, they just have that mentality. Because of one story they have heard before, and they program their own own mind in that area. I say, parents, don't call them. Oh. And again, I see that people there is this unnecessary fear because of one story or the other they have heard. They say, hey, you don't come meeting. If you come meeting, this is what they will do. If you come meeting, parent meeting. By the time you start calling them together, there is this fear. So for me, God help me to discard all those things I used to hear about PTA. I don't believe it that it happen when we are doing it. So, and I have a very clear mindset that no, it will not happen like that. And policy is a written policy. We have a policy guiding. We call it parent participation policy. Is part of the by the time we are in fact by the time you come to make inquiry, the it is stated. And one thing is that also when I also want to know what is driving you in starting your school. Is it purpose? Is it money? When money is driving you, do you understand, you will do something that are not convenient, and you want to dance to parents tune most of the time. So when they come to make inquiry, I let them know that coming to this school, number one, we run a Christian curriculum. We are a Christian school. I will let them know. I let them know that, and I will let them know that bringing your child to this school, there are 3 meetings you must not miss. The first one is parent prayer forum, parent teacher prayer forum. That is the first meeting. The school run 3-month calendar basically. So, and it's 3-month calendar, and we only have 3 meetings. That means the last Saturday of every month we meet. So the first one we have parent prayer forum. That's the first meeting. That's just prayer. And there is this integrity of time that we have been maintaining. When you say you start is 1 hour, let it be 1 hour. Don't waste their time. There must be integrity of time. So to prove yourself to parents. So those are the things that will encourage them that they don't waste time. Secondly, the second meeting we normally have is parent seminar. That's the second meeting. That will be the second month of the term, which is also the last Saturday of the month. We have seminar. You must train your parents. So we start with prayer. So all the 3 meetings is not about all the 3 coming together. It's not just about meeting. The first, we just pray for entering the term. We pray with teacher and parents. It's a collaboration that is needed. Secondly, you train the parents. So that seminar, we can bring a facilitator. We can have a video training in the school together where we discuss something that relates to the children, the learners, something, or parenting. We do parenting training. And the last one for the term, that is when we now do forum. Forum is more of feedback, like our forum. We are going to have the last one this Saturday, this week Saturday. That's the last one for the term, because that's the last program for the term, and the Lord help us to achieve it. So first of all, it starts with what you have. As you think it is possible, because we just believe what people says about parents. No, I don't work with that. I don't work in information that I heard from other schools that don't call parents, don't call them together. That's what. No, I don't have that. So you must actually be secure. This internal security, you must have it. That no, it won't be, because the purpose you want to achieve with the children. And again, I will tie it all together to God self. When you carry God along, the God factor. Yes, we mobilize, we call for this meeting. We also pray, we put it in the place of, because we run a Christian curriculum. We say, God help us to mobilize the hearts of our parents in our prayer. We put it, and God is helping us. So,
Wow.
am I?
So I'm just wondering, man. 3 meetings in a term. When they will
Yes.
even, and you see do open day. You see do open day.
Yeah, we call it feedback day. Yes, we see. So that's 4. But
4.
that one is during the
What?
week. Yes, that's the feedback day, the open day is is a working day. Is a Friday. That one is not weekend.
Yes.
So we do that. So we have what we call
Because
your parent participation policy. So in their result, there is this strategy the Holy Spirit also gave us. So in our results, their parent participation for the term is shown. Do you understand? So we grade their
Yes.
attendance. Do you understand? Over 100. The first meeting we can grade it, let's say 30. The second meeting we grade it 30. The last meeting 40. So
So
in that one,
it will be part of the results.
it's part of the result. So it's seen whether you are an active parent or inactive parent, and there's no sentiment about that. And if you come, you can have zero in that place. Is a column. We put it parent
So
participation
wait,
policy.
please, ma, does it affect the children's grade at the end of the day?
No, it's not about it's not part of the grade, but is an aspect of
Okay.
the result column
Yes.
that shows
Yes.
parent participation for that term.
Yes.
Do you
Wow.
understand? So it's not
Because
about,
I am just
but it's
wondering, only PTA you will call parents, they will not attend. Open
uh,
days, parents, they hardly attend open day. The only PTA, many parents will not attend. Now, these parents will have to attend three meetings and they will
yes,
attend it. So I don't
yes,
think you've been taking notes because me, I'm taking notes. It starts
okay,
from when the parents come to inquire, that they have entrance orientation. It begins
yes,
from there because parents
yes,
will know what they are getting into.
yes,
So let me
yes.
ask. So I know that what when parents default, is there a particular penalty for them?
For not coming for the meeting.
Yes.
Okay, no penalty like that. But what we do, we also use the children. Actually, the children are actually the tools. Some of them when they say, my daughter say, "Mommy, you have to wake up." So oh yeah, come, you have to be in school. Like this one we are having on Saturday. I said, our children are highly motivated. So I will tell them that
Yes.
now we have to do it again. I will go to the side. I said, your parents have to be here. In fact, I said you are the most important of the assignments. Tell them when they say they don't come, but you just tell either. He said I will tell them that is either mommy or daddy. Two of them doesn't need to be around for the meeting.
Yes.
But you are the most. When they say they say, mommy, I'm the one that you should. I'm your most important assignment. So we motivate our learner. We say if your parent come with us,
Yes.
we have a merit system. We have a merit system. If anybody that their parent come, you get 5,000 merit. The children will say, hey. So we use merit system. Actually, we also use merit system. So I said, if your parent come by 9 and they finish, some parents will just come towards the end, you will not get merit.
Yes.
So the children actually are part of the tools, as in quotes, that mobilize their parents. So
The
we charge
parents.
children from the school, and children will go back home. Though we still follow up. I put notices on our parent platform, but the children, they are the one that actually doing the work, motivate that, making sure that their parents come or part of they come for the meeting.
Wow, this is so interesting. I do hope that we have very many school owners who are listening to this and learning. This is a master class, so that you are supposed to pay for. A seminar you go and pay for. You are getting it for free. But there is something that very many schools do. They close their WhatsApp. They close their WhatsApp. Do you have your
Okay.
WhatsApp closed?
Yes, yes, ma'am. We close it. Yes.
Okay.
Why we close it is that number one, I let the parents know that for me, our platform, our WhatsApp is a notice board to give you information, all that we post there. Because the reason majorly we close it is that I discovered that people always send unwarranted messages, which will
Yes.
not make
Yes.
the message that the message the school is sending, they miss information. There
Yes,
was
I
one time
get.
they open it, you will just video. Some is not just deliberately. Maybe they will just you just go to all their groups. We have to be deleting mess and all of. So that's one of the reasons. So we close it. So we don't open it. But during we celebrate our teachers' birthday. When I post the teacher that is being celebrated, so I now open it. So if your parents send hello, sorry, they put they wish them happy birthday, and so that's when we open it. Or if a parent give back in our midst, we open it after posting, oh,
Okay.
congratulate this family, so everybody may come in.
Yes.
And after maybe the following day, I lock it back. So majorly,
Yeah.
it's for giving them
That's
information.
family. I get it. They start
Yeah.
sending link, prayer meeting link,
Prayer,
a training
exactly. Prayer,
link.
exactly.
Yes,
So that's
I get
basically,
it.
so it's not open.
Let me ask this. For very many schools that actually struggle, you talked about being having integrity of time. It is key.
Mm,
I noted that. I know that
mm,
Africa time for someone like me, Africa time doesn't really. I don't like it. If you tell
mm.
me in a 1 hour, let it be 1 hour. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like all those extensions because
Mm.
I always say I would have planned my time. Then you will now bring another. You
Uh,
are eating into my time. It's not. It's not
exactly.
really. It doesn't work for me. So
Mm.
apart from that integrity of time, what other major challenges do you think it's the reason why schools find it difficult to collaborate with parents?
Another thing I say is that communication also matter. you know the way we relate with the parents, maintaining, yes, we can, we know that some parents are very difficult, but at least the relationship matters. you know
Yeah.
Communication, carrying them along. So there is, we must I believe that one of the things I will advise any school now is that we should learn how to communicate. You should learn how to communicate, how to present your what you want with parents. Every parent, you can get parents to your side if you have a good skill in communicating. But sending messages, listening to them is part of communication. Do you understand?
Yes.
So and that's one of the things I know that it can work, to get parents to comply with the school, what the school want them to do. You communicate effectively, and this issue of integrity matter. Integrity, even when you are relating with them, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. But if
Yes.
they can't
Yes.
trust you, if a parent come to the point that they can't trust you, you can't they won't you won't get them to do what you want them to do and cooperate with the school. Trust and integrity, it matters in working with the
Matters a
parent.
great deal.
It
Yeah.
matters a great.
Ma, please, I thank you very much, ma. I believe that if parents know the importance of partnering with their children's school, if they understand it, that will actually motivate them. Can you help
Mm.
us like talk about some of the importance of partnering with your children's school?
Okay, you see, one thing parents should know is that children spend most of their time in school, not even church now. Because in the time we are in, parents are not available like that. In fact, if a school increase time, the school time to Saturday and add Saturday to it, they don't
Parents will
like
jump.
coming from school. They will jump out. They will jump out.
Yes.
If you extend your time, say, we want to be closing 8 o'clock. You say, let them stay in school to 8 o'clock. We'll come and pick them.
Mm.
So the school is the time children spend in school is much more than the time they spend elsewhere. Do you understand? So parents need to know that, and the teacher are the one that are mostly involved, especially in this time we are in. Parents are not, they will go to work, come back in the evening, especially those in Lagos, and by the time they get back home, they are tired. But the time the child has spent, and parents drop their children as early as 6:30 in school. School bus of
Yes.
those are doing school bus runs. So from that time till like 4 5, where the child has been in school. And that
Yes.
is why even in the choice of getting school, your parent must get school that they are even willing to partner with them. Because like I said, it takes three. So when school and home partner together, you get the best out of that child. But and
Absolutely.
when school and home, they are saying the same thing. And for those and let me add the church. The school is saying the same thing. The school and home, they are saying the same thing with the church. You see, the child will come out the best. Collaboration
Yes.
is the key. When the school and home collaborate, it's not about fighting your child or your children's school. You must just be patient, because that is where your child spend the most of our time. And a lot is happening in
Yes.
school now. A lot is happening at home. So parents must know that school is a critical place where children are being formed. This week, today, a teacher was telling me what some children were discussing, and for we are very intentional about using our ears very well, our eyes to see. We don't just, especially when you are working with teenagers, don't just
Yes.
and using that to now talk further and ask them, okay, and before you know it, they download a lot of things to us. So when they downloaded it,
Yes.
now when the teacher told me about it, because we normally have a meeting, teachers meeting on Thursday, fellowship and meeting. So after the teacher reported it to me, okay, I have to tell the teacher that I need to put a call through the mother to tell the mother, and I told the mother, please don't just go and meet the child and attack her about this. We are just telling you so that you know how to work with the child, because this is what the child were able to get in school. So if there is no collaboration, we will not be able to give the information, because the parent have to know that information to be able to also see very well what the child is doing at home, because the child have told the teacher what she was doing with her internet at home, with their internet at home. Do you understand?
And I
And
think, yeah, go on, ma.
hello, okay,
No, go on,
with
ma.
the issue of the internet and what some things that the child is watching and the parent didn't know, and he uses their wi-fi, the child uses their wi-fi, but we are able, because of the relationship, we got the information, and we are trying to handle it in a way that the parent can also put eye and watch the child closely at home. And I give them some suggestion. This is what you do: don't confront the child, just talk to the teacher again. The child will give you full information about the discussion they had, because the child open up. So this what we are doing, we must see, we must, is the age we are in. This now, if there is no collaboration with the home and the school, the child will continue, and she will harm herself later.
Yeah.
She will harm herself. The parent will not
And
know.
I, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Go, please
And
go
I
on,
think
ma'am.
you are able to reach the parents because the
Yes,
parents are they are cooperating with you.
yes,
Because I've
yes.
seen a situation in a school where a child did something, and so
eh,
the teacher was trying to talk to the parents about it. She has observed something about the child, and she knows the parents. The parents, they kind of live, should I say, careless or carefree life. So
yeah.
the teacher was trying to talk to the parents about it, and the parent was not even listening. The next teacher was just like, no, 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 no. I know my daughter. My daughter cannot. She had not even said the thing. She was just likely like, how
Hmm,
observant are you? You know your house
yeah.
is kind of so how. But she couldn't even go further. She just said no, she didn't continue with it because of the way the parents reacted. So I think because of the way the parents are cooperative with you, it is easy for you to actually talk to them. And we need
Yes.
this thing, really. We need this collaboration because we don't know
We
it
need the
all.
collaboration.
You are
Yes.
not always with your child. They
Yes.
spend a lot of the time in
Ah,
school.
many parents,
They
they
spend
try,
a lot of
they don't know their children. They don't know them.
that
Many,
is it.
especially with this internet, the age we are in now. And one of the things, that I believe is God. We pray in our school, we say, God, reveal these children, help us to truly know them. And they just play into our hand. I have to tell them that under this place, nothing can be hidden. I say, as you are doing it back to back, the Holy Spirit will, will be exposing you.
Yeah.
So we
So I
need God. We also need God we must involve God in our school. We must have a relationship with God, such that, Lord, because He's the one that knows the heart of every man, including these children. So one thing, and one of our strong point is that, the teacher too, we have a team that we work well together. The team are very cooperative, and we ensure that every week it is compulsory. We must pray together, and we must have meeting. Do you understand? We have meeting. Everybody, okay, they tell us what is happening in their class. We reason together, and we find problem. There are problem, but now we now look for a way to solve it. I used to tell people this, teacher, especially when I'm talking to teacher. I said school is like hospital. You understand? And when you get to the hospital, when you go for hospital to go and examine yourself, you meet a doctor, and the doctor say, and you complain that my head is paining me, and doctor say, why is your head paining you? Why is your stomach paining you? Are you not? Is it not? Is that not his job to help me to solve the problem? So we don't complain about when we find this problem, but we look for a way to solve it. Because that means you are not meeting up when we are as teacher. When I'm saying, why is the child having this issue? No, I'm there to solve this problem. So we see that one of the things that is helping us, we see ourselves as we discover this problem, God is helping us to bring solution to it with the learners.
Thank you so much, ma. Now, how do you, and there are some parents who always believe that school should handle everything. School should handle character building. School should handle everything. They are not ready to reinforce at home. Yesterday, we had a parent who works in the public school. You know, she's been in the public school for over 20 years. She came to talk to us about, the street, school becoming the street. And one of the things she said was that the school, you cannot, if a parent is daily reinforcing some behaviors in the child, the school cannot undo that which the parent daily reinforces. Yeah, this parent will expect schools to teach discipline. So when you are trying to teach discipline, they go home and they do a different thing. So how do you handle the case of parents expecting the school to teach everything and they are not doing what they are supposed to be doing? So the children will now come to school and it's not something else.
And one thing we need to, what we do is that we keep giving them orientation. That is part of what when we discover that this thing is rampant, that's what our seminar. So we now organize seminar.
Okay,
Even parents need to be educated. The parents we are having nowadays, some of them, what they are doing is because they don't know. Some of them, by the time they realize, we keep telling them. We give them. That's why school, you must be able to also help parents, educate them. Educate them, give them trainings. And that is why we bring in the issue of seminar. We talk about parenting. That is involved there is not about the school. The work is their own. We are just helping them to do their work. The work is there.
yes.
And when you see a particular parent that this issue, you can call the parent to come and see you. Politely, can we see? And discuss. It's also take discussion. By the time you keep reinforcing this and training them, before you know it, and with prayer, before you know it, some of them they start complying and they know it is their it is their work, it is their task. Because school cannot do
Yes.
it. We are only standing in gap. School, you see, and for over how many years I've been in this profession now, I've seen that you see the parents that their children are, the children that their parents are involved, there's no much problem with them. The parents that they are involved.
Yes.
The one that that this person, they don't have their time, they don't have the time of their children, they are the one that give us problem. They are the one that give us problem. But to one thing, so for us, I used to tell the teacher, don't just, if you discover that we have to come in, stand in gap. No, for the child's sake. So we don't just we do our own best. So if this one they don't have their time, what can we do as a school? What do we do as a school to come so that or at least we must have done our own part very well. So you need the parent need orientation. And now when we are not calling meeting, we are not calling all of these things, they are not hearing it. That is why we can't have the system, we are breaking the system. When the meeting
Yeah.
is supposed to affect something, they are not coming. You will not come for meeting because especially school owners that are scared that by the time you come the meeting, they will take the school away from you. They will, cack us before. No, they are wrong mindset. They are wrong information that we have occupied our mind with. It's not always like that. When I read some comments on Facebook on some parents, I don't comment. I just say it's not like that. It's the mindset. Have you actually tried it? Do you understand,
Yes.
ma? So those are the things that I believe we need to also look at very well. It will go a
Okay.
long way.
Have you ever had a situation where you have to tell a parent to withdraw their child from school?
Yes, I have. I have come to that.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, we have had one or two like that. The complain. The more we try our best, keep comparing. So this one, and I said, and one thing I called her for it, and I said, can two work together except they agree?
I agree.
Yes, we have to come to a agreement. When you keep we keep telling you this and you are not doing it, and every little thing is complain, fight you bring. I said, please, ma, I will advise that you withdraw your, and she fought me. She was not happy. That's it. We have challenges also in this world. He was how can I supposed to be begging her? Say I supposed to be begging her, you
Wow.
know. I said she has not seen the type of professor like me that want her to go. I cannot be sending her away. She will write a stinker and send to me on the. I said, ma, I know you are not even helping the child with all of this thing. And the child was telling her, mommy, why are you doing like this? Because the child came to be helped. The child came and the child was raw, and God help us to help the child character wise, because we emphasize on character training. We
I
emphasize is
know
an
that.
character training. And it's a training. We don't expect that no child is born with good character. And it's a training. It's not something we just keep telling you. And when we see this, like when some parents say, my child is not greeting me, do you demand greeting? When students pass nearby and they don't greet, I demand. Have you seen me say, good morning, Mr. Adegoke? Good morning, Mr. Adegoke. You demand it. And they will still miss it. Oh. You keep saying it. I'm telling you, one day it's like a puzzle, it will click and they will never forget. So
Yes, that is it.
it's
Yes.
intentional, it's deliberate. So when she can say, please, ma, you can withdraw your child. Because me, I'm
I
here to
beg.
build that. Yes. I'm here to build that. I'm not actually particular about the money, but I'm here to build life. So if you are not cooperating, I've had some to withdraw their children. Some just not too many of them anyway, just like one or two parents that we had that issue with. So, and at the end of the day, the other one said she's still okay. God is helping them and they are cooperating now.
But I know that your school is very strong on character building. In fact,
Yeah.
when you started, I remember about 2, 3 holidays that I was driving from my place to for character building in your school. Your school is very strong.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah.
ask, how do you think, how can parents reinforce this one now? How can parents listening reinforce this character building at home? Because like you said at the beginning, it takes 3 people: the school, the
Mm.
child, and the parent. And you also
Yeah.
said something that, and this is what I have always said, I say this is over and over again. If the school is teaching, I remember there was an incident that happened a while ago about someone whose life was taken in jaws because by some religious fanatics, and I was like, one of the reasons why these people, they are so the way they are is because at home they teach the same thing, they go to
Mm.
school, they teach the same thing, they go to their place of worship, they teach the same things, and their friends are coming from homes where they teach the same things. At the end of the day, this value is airtight. What
Mm.
they believe is airtight. You can almost not penetrate it. So I also believe that as parents, if the school can teach one thing, we are reinforcing it, the church is reinforcing it. Imagine if you have 20 children in your class,
Mm.
right? The 20 children, their parents are teaching the same thing. What do you think will happen? That thing will be airtight.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how can parents reinforce characters that teachers are teaching in school? Because I know that you use the this Christian accelerated curriculum, which is
Yes.
character based, and you
Yes.
also do a lot of things, ethical training, character building. You do all of that. How can parents reinforce all those things at home?
Okay, yes. First of all, they have to see the importance. So whatever you don't value or you don't see the importance, you can't actually, build on it. Because for me, I had an like a inspiration on this what character actually means. Because I used to tell our learners that it's everything. Character is everything. If you don't have it, you can't amount to anything. And it came to me sometimes ago that I was passing by the road and I saw drainage, and I was just having that inspiration about if you want to construct a good road, the first thing you start with is is drainage. It's
Drainage.
yes. If you want, but a road that is just constructed without drainage, you see, before you know it, that road, will collapse. It will not stand the test of
Yes.
time. So, and Holy Spirit was telling me that that is first where to start. The drainage is the character training. That's the inspiration I have. That's where you are starting. You see, the Holy Spirit was telling you, is upon it you can every other thing can stand, because there's going to be rain. Rain will come, a lot of things will affect I'm just using that as an illustration. So because of
Yes.
that, I know that the character training is something that is a training. It's not something that you just say. So it must, every parent, every family, you must be intentional about it. If you are intentional about it, it's doable, it's achievable. And you don't expect that you are teaching character to your children or to your child, that it will just come like that. No, it can't come. It's not automatic. Is continuous. It has to be continuous. You have to keep reinforcing it. You have to keep emphasizing it. You build a lot of things around that for the child, and before you know it, over time, over year, it's not something you do for a year, 2 year. It's lifetime. Do you understand? But
Yes.
so schools and home, we must be deliberate about it. In our school, we talk about character every day. So we have different character traits that we use. Our curriculum has, we have this PDF for character training, 90 character, 90 character. So they do it alphabetically: appreciative, confident, courageous, like that, alphabetically, to the last one, zealous. So what we do is that one character trait per week, we emphasize this every day. You know, like if you spend 13 weeks in school, you must have introduced 13 character traits.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So if we exhaust the list, we'll start all over again. So the character
Yeah.
will be defined. They come with memory verses. So, and we motivate children. In fact, our highest award, or what is about character, is not academics. It's not academics. It's character. We emphasize on character. When we spot a child with good character, we bring the child out in the assembly. We say, all of those things. We do that. We emphasize. The children also know. In fact, we used to take children, by some privileged outing. Some of them, they miss that outing because of the wrong character they display. So we have to remove them for that outing. So they know the importance of character. We let them know that that is the highest, or whatsoever, the highest thing you can get to in our school is even in life, character. We tell them that character, it matters a lot. It's more than academic. I say if you have good character, and yes, you are not too brilliant, or you still go far. But if
Yes.
you are excellent in academic, you are the best in the world, but you lack character, I said that your lack of character will bring you down one day.
Bring you down. Absolutely.
Yes,
We see happen
yes,
every day.
yes,
I
it will bring
love
you.
that privilege outing.
Yes.
Jeez. I want to come and be a child and start your school. I'm sure I'll be going out every time. And I remember when I was preparing an entrance orientation for a particular school one time, one of the things I was telling her was I didn't think of privilege outing, but I thought of sit and I said if you have a big television in your school, it can be like
Mhm.
give a cinema effect, children can win end points. And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
maybe once a month, whoever earns the highest point or whoever earns a particular number of points, we have the privilege of going to watch a movie, just
Mhm.
have like a
Exactly.
movie effect in your
Yeah.
hall. It can even be a projector. They'll go and watch a movie. I told her, I said, you watch as the children will be eager to watch a movie. All you need to do is probably to provide them popcorn and coke. Popcorn
Yes.
coke. Even if it's not 2, 3, 10 children, they deserve it. You see them, they will look forward to eat.
Yes.
Privilege outing. Wow.
Mhm.
This is really interesting. And as parents, we can also apply this to our homes.
Yeah.
Please You need to share this class now. If you have a child in school, secondary school, primary school, the school needs to come and watch this, because this is a free master class. That, and again, if you're a school owner, Mrs. Adegoke trains. She will train your school. She can train you. She uses the accelerated. Mom, please help
Accelerated,
me.
accelerated system
Accelerate.
education. Accelerated.
Accelerated. Thank you, ma. I don't know where I'm biting my tongue. Accelerated Christian curriculum. She can train you to use it effectively. If you be listening to all what she's talking about, you know that it's a total package for your school, for your children. You just have, all you need to do is just to reinforce, key into her system, key into what the school is doing, and you are going to raise an all-rounded and confident child. And there's something you also do in your school, ma. Your children go for a lot of extracurricular activities and all of that. Because in my children's school, I was telling them that holiday, I don't understand why holiday. It was a different ball game in Lagos. Why holiday? They will still be teaching in holiday. You know, they were telling me that I should agree. I should agree with them that the curriculum for the entire term, that the school cannot finish the curriculum in the term, in the entire term.
Yes.
So I am wondering, your children go for school excursion. Your children, they do a lot of craft, art and craft. How are you able to combine all of that? Still finish the curriculum, still able to infuse character building, and how are you able to do all of that? Because I know that they go on excursion. I've seen a lot of your videos online, on
Yes.
a lot of videos where they go
They
for
go on
science,
discussion, they go
something, something.
in our school, students work. We work. Our higher grader, they work during the holiday. They go and during this the Easter holiday, they were in Abeokuta at Obasanjo Library to work. We volunteer, they work, they do, we call it a work experience. They are working project
Wait,
before.
sorry, ma. You transport them from Lagos to Abeokuta?
We stay in Abeokuta. We went by train. We call it boot camp. So we went by train to Abeokuta, and we stay in Abeokuta for 1 week with our teachers.
Wow.
So we are in Abeokuta. I think I posted on it. They work. They work in Obasanjo Library. They were put in offices. These are the grade 6, grade 7, grade 8 students, and they deliver the best. 1 week in Abeokuta.
Wow.
They were tour guides. They were, it's a library. People come. Some in the tour guide. Some in the zoo. The place has a zoo. So they work in Mojek before. Mojek, the people that make prepare meter, they work in Mojek or before in Lagos. They will go on work experience. Because raising is not this mentality of just academic. No, we are not in that era now. 21st century. We must raise children that are skillful. You must raise children, that we are raising leaders. They must learn it. So at a point in time, that's part of our motivation for our learner. They love going for the work experience. We call it boot camp. They will stay there. We go together. So they stay out of home. So parents release them to us. And that's another thing we thank God for our parents, trusting us with their children. We took them on a train ride to Abeokuta. For 1 week, they were not without their parents. And the parent released them. The children were happy. They did not even ask for their parents. Yeah. So there is this trust also. The parents have trust us so much that some of them, they have just one child that they were able to release to go with us for this trip. So they have work experience. So they work, our children work. It's not just about academic. So how do we balance this? We still close by our higher class.
Please, excuse me, ma. Please,
Yes.
if you are still here and you have not shared this video, this one, it's just making me, I don't even know what to say. Like, are you kidding me? So
Yes.
the children will go for 1 week, like a boot camp. They will stay away from their parents. And they are not even going there. They will work. You assign them to offices. They'll work, they'll deliver. They will be under
Yes.
supervision. They will learn
Yeah, they
things
are under
practically.
supervision. Yes. Yes. The
What
first
are we
time we took
talking
them,
about? Raising
the first time we took
independent
them to
children.
Lagos, yeah, yes, that is it.
Yes, you mentioned it.
Independence, because our curriculum actually deal with individualized curriculum. Every child, they are taught to take responsibility for their learning in our school. You know, they work by themselves. They set goal every day. We have a go card. They set goal for the work. That's ACE curriculum. I'm just talking about ACE. They set goal and they work with their goals from grade one. So as they are finishing a goal, they are striking it, they are setting tomorrow's goal. What does that goal mean? Okay, now I want to work on math. I will work on page 1 to 5 on math today. Page 6 to 10 in English. They set the pages of their work. So it's individualized curriculum. So because we teach children to take responsibility. And one of the issue we normally have when we get students from coming from conventional school, maybe coming into a higher grade in our school, a middle grade, some of them struggle because they depend so much on teacher for everything. You cannot read the app, so if you are getting some of those children in our school, they normally struggle with okay, no, most of our children, almost all of them, they work independently. They set their goal, they strike their goal, and they are doing very well. And now we have been going for different competition. We take them, do you know they compete very well,
Yes.
favorable, and we still went for a competition on Saturday. you know it was a STEM competition, and we have like 25 schools, that brought their project and all of those things, and we came third.
I saw it. I
So
saw it.
big schools. I'm talking of big schools. We'll be 7 years in September. By the grace, we are six plus. So and not only in STEM, debates in Lagos State, they are the first in Lagos. They want laptop. We went for Bible competition. They clear all the money for second and third. 500,000, 300,000, 200,000. That was in April.
If you are not if you are not sharing this, if you are not taking notes, if you are not sharing this to your children's school, I don't know what you are waiting from for your children's school needs to come and learn. It's not, they need to come and learn. Are you kidding me? God, I beg you. Do you know,
Yeah,
ma? It was
yeah,
actually, you were one of those that seeing your passion. One of my passions has been to, or not just like a school, but a children's center where
yeah.
children can actually be built. That is one of the things. When I was coming to Agba, I told you one of
Yes.
the things I
I
had.
told
I
you.
remember I
Yes.
called you. I was like, see. So it is actually seeing your passion, seeing your drive, seeing what you put, because I actually worked across schools in Lagos, but no
Mm.
school has really, when you say something touch to make you just so passionate. So everything you're talking about, I'm not even surprised. I'm just still praying. If it's the will of God for me, before I start, I will just come and pack and go. And I know you have changed position, you have changed location, because no, you grew,
Yeah.
and there is no way you wouldn't have grown. There is
Yes.
no way you wouldn't have grown. Well, thank you so much, ma, for deliberately, for being passionate and impacting in the lives of these children. I said, if you have not shared this video, if you have not shared, because I'm not seeing very many views here. If you have not shared this, like, you are not doing your children any justice, any service at all. What? The one where they will have to go to work,
Yes, they
like,
go to work. Yes, they work. They mix them with the. In fact, they work in archive in Obasanjo Library. So when we had the last day, so we went to go and get the view of the supervisor. So the supervisor was saying, these children are good. Though. She was telling her, he said, this one, they'll come and take over your work very soon. Don't see what they are doing. They put them on the system. They work. We thank God for that. They work, and it's an exposure. We give them good exposure, so that they can be confident. So we need to develop exposure in our children and let them know.
yes,
For us, one Christian curriculum, that you are a child of God does not mean you'll be down. No, you too can still get to that top, and you need that top. You need that
yes.
platform. To make influence. You need influence, and when you get there, you must represent God.
Now, wow. I think with all these things on ground, it is easy for parents to be on the same page with you because they're actually
Mm.
seeing, they are seeing the
Yes,
results.
yes,
You know,
yes,
they are seeing the proof, they are seeing the results. So it's easy for them to be convinced. You know, they see their
yes.
children go for competition, they win. They see their children
Mm.
come back to say, "Oh, mommy, see what we did at Obasanjo, see what we did at the other one, see what we did there." You know, even the ones that did not go, when they come back to school, they tell their mates tell them, and the next year they
Yes.
start telling their parents, "See what happened." You know, this proof it's easy for parents. So I think schools, if they really want to get parents along, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Is it not
It's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
work,
work.
man? A
Yeah,
lot of work.
it is. It is. Yes, it is. Mm.
And a lot of financial commitments.
Yes,
Do you get
it is.
parents to support extra?
Yeah, we have some. Some. We have some that they will just talk to us. Support us. We have some, but few, not really. So we have some like that we have been supportive. You know, some of them planning to. The parents are planning. They are making to. They do lab for us. But so we still need a lot of parents to get involved in what we are doing because a lot of the bulk of work is on our neck, and we don't have really a functional like PTA like they contribute. We don't have that. They keep contributing. No, they don't have. It just they have a PTA like is it like a forum where they just meet together to discuss some things, but it's not a functional PTA in school that you see that they are paying
Yeah,
every time. We don't have that for now.
yeah.
you know yes, but we have some parents that are supporting us, that on their after paying their school fee they still say, okay, we want to support for this, for that. So we have from that. There are some parents like that.
You know, when we talk about child-centered school, we will talk about child-centered learning. This is it. This is it. I know that she still has a whole lot because I've
Okay.
worked with her before. Was it about 3, 4 times or so? I think it wasn't
Yes,
just two
yes,
times. I know there was Easter
yes,
holiday, there was summer holiday, you know.
yes.
You know, so she has a lot. It was at school I first saw Christian accelerated curriculum, accelerated Christian curriculum, you know, and I was wondering, I remember I asked you, what is this? Why are they talking about Bible verses in English, in math, and all of that? I was
Yes,
fascinated, I was thrilled, you know, then see what the children do and all of that. She has a lot, so a lot. So if you can just talk to your child's school, I guarantee you that they will learn their jaw will open like this, and if they implement they are going to get, because really we need to be super intentional about our children. This is what we mean when we talk about being intentional. Imagine this kind of environment, it will be easy to carry every parent along,
yes.
and then she takes her time also. Once in a month, once in a term, parents come for as in training seminar, how to help the child, even how to parent. So even when they cannot come physically, they hold it online. Parents come, the parents come for PTA, and during that PTA they still teach parents one or two things again. The parents come for prayer meeting. You know, I always say prayer is the parenting tool. So during prayer meeting they still bring points that will still teach parents. At the end of the day, why won't the parent now know what they are doing? Imagine if your child's classmates parents know what they are doing, they're intentional. It will make your own work easier for you now. Your work will be easier for you because you are not afraid of too much bad influence. And then the teachers are on the same page. Please, you need to reach out to they just, oh God. Oh, you need to reach out. Your child's school. Geez. Thank you so much, my life. If you have any questions, please ask questions. Any question at all you have. Someone says I'm a living testimony of everything. Oh, Miss Adeko. Whoa, yeah. Um, Oluwaseunfumi Rotimi said he Oluwaseunfumi. That should be a woman. A woman said
Yes.
she's a living testimony to everything, Miss Adego. I am a living testimony because I worked with her, and so I just go there during the holidays. You know, that was when the school just started. So when she told me after a couple of years they were moving, I was not surprised. because I knew that with what she was doing, she was bound to grow. She was bound to grow. Like, it was not just like words of mouth. She was actually putting in the work. Yes, indeed, it is tested and trusted. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Please, if you have any questions, please send your question here. Ask your question so that she can take it. You know, you want to learn you want to go back and communicate to your child's school during PTA. This is the term. Many schools are having their PTA this term now. And I wish I had this before my children's PTA. Their PTA was this Monday. I wish I was there. I would definitely stand up and tell them, see what people are, see what a child-centered school is doing. So please, if you have questions, please, if you have questions, do well to ask quickly. So let me ask a question, ma. You know, how do you get your teachers to actually, oh, what happened? I wanted to ask her how she gets her teacher to be on the same page. Oh, that was network, ma. Hello, ma, can you hear me? Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, I can hear you now. I think I bounced out.
Okay, I was going to ask you, ma, how do you get your teachers? Because I know that you can't do it all alone. You have your teachers working with you. How do you get your teachers to actually be on the same page with you to achieve your vision?
Okay. Yes. By the grace of God, building team spirit. Like I said, bonding of the same, having the same spirit. The Lord has been
Yes.
helping us to be able to build team spirit. How do we do that? Okay, once in a week, we meet together for meeting and for prayer. And you share your vision. Teachers must be carried along in everything. They are part of the building hands. That's why I call teacher life builder. I don't even call them, I'm not too comfortable with teacher. I call them life builder and Christian teachers particularly. Do you understand? So you must carry them along. They must see themselves as stakeholders. You
Yes.
don't just make all the decision until they see themselves as they won't be involved sincerely. And we learn to treat teachers well. Let's let them treat them well. Let's treat teacher well. They are human beings. So those are the things that has worked for us. Carrying them along. When they make suggestion, implement their suggestion. Implement it. They'll be happy to make another one. Don't dominate the
Yes.
meeting when they're having meeting. Don't be the one to take dominate and everybody must say yes, man. Yes, oh, yeah. They will just be playing along. But sincerely, with this work at GDS, I've seen teacher owning the work, going beyond.
Yes.
I say, Lord, I say, you know, teacher, passionate, and taking, I like we're in our last minute say we are all mothers, so we are mothers. Even if you are not married, there you are a single. You are, our youngest teacher was saying that as she is, I was making her as reference that she's a mother and we must be able to carry this care. So they pour their mind. We deliberate together and we go to action every week. So there must be a touch. Like the way we are meeting with, the parent, we are meeting with them once in a month.
Yes.
For teacher, every week. Every week. And we tell parents at that day, please come and carry your children on time so that they will not distract us. I'll send notice.
Yes.
The one I know they will not read on the platform, I'll call them. Please, by 2, everybody close by 2. Actually, our primary is closed by 2. We have the higher grade, our secondary, they close by 3. But on our meeting day, everybody close by 2 so that we can have time to meet. We
Oh,
pray, we
yes.
do 2 things. We do fellowship. After fellowship, we now go, we pray. We now pray for the children, we pray for ourselves, we pray for the school. We now go to the business meeting. That was, we had it
Is it?
today before the session. We had it today in before. So I normally come
Yes.
home late on Thursday. So there must be, you must carry them along. You must share your burden with them. You know, We can have disagreement there, it will be sorted, it will be sorted out. So building team spirit is very, very necessary, and you
Thank you so
must
much.
teach out very well. Yes, ma'am.
Somebody says she shared, so I'm telling her thank you, thank you. We really need, we want to do something. We want to make a positive impact. It's not just talking about, it's actually doing something practical. I know she's doing a lot of work, but I did not know, and I still know that there is still a lot more where this one is coming from. Imagine if you are going to take a training, you are just going to get a lot
Mhm.
more. Wow. Thank you so much. Not just for coming, for everything you do. Thank you so much. Now, we
Mhm.
are wrapping up, man. We are wrapping up. I want to ask you
Uh,
about, what are about three major things? How do you think parents listening now,
mm,
schools may have this vision, but schools may
mm,
say, oh, you are not supporting. Parents are not, because I've heard schools talk about parents are not, they don't attend PTAs, they are not being carried along. There are ways, some even parents even go to schools to start fighting. Some parents cannot address issues in a civilized way. Everything is fight and all of that. What ways, not just three, what are the major ways you feel schools and parents can actually support schools to be able to achieve the best result when it comes to character building, even education itself? How do you think parents can support schools to be able to bring out their best? Because sometimes, like, parents pressure school a lot. I've had situations where parents will say, oh, this particular school, the child is already reading 1 to 100. My child is not reading 1 to 100. And the school will try to tell the parents that, see, we have our own curriculum, we have our own system. Parents will not agree. Because of that, schools that are like money driven, they are always trying to do things to dance to the parents' tune. So, what do you think parents can do? Like, what are the things parents can do to support the school?
okay, ma'am. Okay. I think for me, first of all, is that if you love your child sincerely, truly, you should be able to work with the interest of the child. And if you love your child and you really love your child, you should be able to support what the school that you have put your child, that you have enrolled your child. So what they can do differently is that they should know that it's not just about the school. It's first of all their primary responsibility. So the school is just there to support. And if the school is there to support, you are the one that is actually building. You are the main builder. The school is just holding their hand. We are there to hold their hand. So for me, it's a matter of their perspective or what they think that is necessary, that this is my child's school. And they need, and actually some school too, they are not helping matter. Sometimes it's not all the fault of the parents. There are some school
Yeah.
they don't yet. It's not all school. School they are too much profit driven that they bug parents a lot. Do you understand? So I believe that every parent should know that if you have the interest of your child at heart, you should have the interest of the school the child is going. You should have it. You should be able to build together, because it's only when two collaborate, like I told the parent, can two work together except they agree?
Exactly.
Yes, two cannot work together except they agree. We can't be arguing over one thing every time, and you expect your child to get the best. Your child will not get the best. In our school, we have parents. Maybe I don't even know whether she's on DB. I think I shared the link with her. She's a parent in our school. She has two sons. She just came to advertise her product to our school. So we exchange contacts. Because we exchange contact, she started seeing my status. She enrolled her two sons. Do you know today that woman, she's volunteering in our school? She's a parent and she's volunteering. She introduced leadership. She's teaching leadership. She's not collecting kobo and she's paying school fees. She comes Monday and Friday to volunteer, and she's a parent, very active. So in fact, she'll have been one of the person that can even talk more, because she's a parent that is supporting the school. This boot camp I said we went, she followed us because she had to train the students. She's very close with most of our higher learner now. higher grade learners now. She's a volunteer, she's a parent, and she doesn't default in payment of her school fees o. She doesn't default o. They pay early before school resume. And she's teaching, she came in, she started teaching computer, she's now teaching leadership. So she come in Monday and Friday to teach the students. Like for 3 years now, she has been volunteering in grade destination schools.
You
So
know,
that uh,
yesterday
and
we
I
had
think
a
uh,
no, go
continue,
on,
ma.
man, go on, man.
I wanted to say
Okay, no,
that
I was saying,
uh, the children are doing very well. She's an intentional parent. That woman, she's
I can
supporting
see
the
that.
school. She came to advertise her products. I did not even patronize her. So, but we
Mm.
exchanged contact. Due to that, so she started seeing my status. She now said her family vision aligned to what I used to post. He said this is her family vision. So they moved there. It doesn't long they moved from Surulere to Bagada. And they have not, she said she has not really got to speak. She now started chatting me. I said, then we are not staying in this place or the new place we are in. We are in 3 bedroom apartment. And we said that place that So it was when she
Yes.
came in, not too long after she came to make inquiry, we now moved to this place. So she joined us when we moved to that. It wasn't convenient for her because she was saying another side, said crossing it, and God made it easy for her. True, as I think she had brought in some parents because she said, this is the vision, this is the our school vision align with our family values.
Wow.
And she's a volunteer. She works on Monday, she works on Friday. Now we want to do graduation. She has been saying, okay, how can we help? How can I help? What can we do? And because she's a parent, me, I'm a very parent, there's this caution something. But she
Yes.
just
Yes.
she just and she will say, thank you. We took her. She went with us to boot camp in Abeokuta. She stayed with us. She's even like a teacher now. She come on Monday and Friday, and she's involved. So we have a practical example in our school of an
You know
involving
what?
parent.
Wow. I was going to say, yesterday, the mom we
Yes.
had, the Warri mom, she's a public
Mm.
school teacher in Warri. She said
Okay.
something. I was asking how about, because I know that many public schools, people come every now and then to teach them. I just feel those teachings are shallow. They're not deeply rooted. So I was asking her, and she said, you parents, stay at home mom. If your time is flexible, you can come and open clubs in schools, like character building club, where you come once in a week,
Yeah.
you teach these children, and hearing this one again, I'm just like, really,
Yeah.
if you're a parent, you are listening to here, this may be a call for you to just stand up and go and make a difference. Don't
Mm.
sit down and be complaining about children around you, children you see how they
Yeah.
misbehave. You can actually go to the school 2 times a week. Can you imagine? She has her own business she's running.
Yeah.
She's
She has a
volunteering
business.
free of
Yes.
charge.
Yes.
Hey, wow.
So
There
he's
is level
doing
to this. Some
yeah,
people are really, really
yeah,
super intentional. God
yeah.
bless you, ma. If you are here, God bless you plenty. God bless you.
Amen.
God will bless you, and God will honor you for what you are
Amen.
doing. At least we have hope that some parents are getting it right. Some parents are committed to it, and
Yeah.
it's going to help us raise a better society. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. So let me ask the last question, because we have spent a lot of your time. Apologies, ma, because
No
I couldn't
problem. No
just stop
problem.
it really. So
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
what advice do you give to parents who always say, oh, they are busy? It's not like they say they are busy, but they are really very busy, and they can't have time to involve so much with the children's school. How do you advise them? What can they do? You are busy chasing money and your children's school, and then really you need the money.
Hmm.
You
You
need the
know,
money. So
it's about creating balance. Yes, we know they need the money, but do you know what? Your most important assignment is your child. You just need to give attention to them. Like, let me see, use this woman as an example. She said she has this woman that is volunteering in her school. She said she has a very good job, but when she just have two sons, and she just knew that she needs to give them attention. So if we have a parent that the husband and the wife, maybe they can come to an agreement. You can be working fully, let me be working, so they can come to that, because you must give attention to these children. You can't just leave them.
Yes.
You must be deliberate. It's an intention. I said she resigned. This woman, she resigned. So she started other things. Parenting. She also do something on parenting. She have products. But the husband is working fully, and she has two boys. And she said
Yes.
at the point when the boys get to maybe a certain, she can go back to work. And with this, she has improved. She has gone to back to school. She's improving herself. But she has time for. So it must try to. My advice is that they must try to create a balance.
The balance.
Yes, must that just try to create a balance, because the children, they are the work actually, because the children
Mm.
you don't really have time for now. A time will come later that it will bounce back. They too, they will not have time for.
Definitely.
Yes, because they are your most important. Children they are our most important assignment. It's not money. It's not money, is not, it's the children. And we must give it,
Yes.
especially now that a lot of things is happening. We must just be more
Yes.
intentional. So my advice is that they should learn to create a balance, creating a balance,
Yes.
and still find time. You can't tell me that, I used to tell some of the parents that said they don't have time to come, or some of them said, you can't tell me that for 3 meetings you don't have time to come. At least out of the 3 meetings, just try to come for two. Actually
Yes.
make time. So what I now did, that the wisdom I got, I said, okay, so expect that now, if throughout, I mean, apart from the something we appear in their results as part of parent meditation, if you will not, I told their children, say, tell parents, when I'm communicating with them in the assembly, I said, if your parent didn't attend 3 of our meetings, know that when you get to this class for boot camp, you will not be considered, you will not go. So when I made that, you see, the parent that doesn't come, they started coming, because they want their children to participate in work experience and boot camp. So we must just try to create balance. It's just balance that they need to
Because
create.
what you consider important, you will make time for it. If
Yeah,
it's
we make time.
important to you, you will make time for
Yeah,
it. It
make
is
time
when
for
it's
it.
not important to you, you will make excuses. That is
Exactly.
it.
Yes.
I mean, if no matter how busy you are, if you heard that the president is calling you, will you not go? You
Yes.
put everything on hold and run there now.
Exactly.
Wow. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. We have learned a lot, so it has been a lot of. Thank you so much, ma. Ma, please. So wrap up. Just if you have any final word for parents or school owners or anything, just final encouragement for us or words or anything.
Okay. The encouragement or the word I have for us is that any child that the Lord has committed into your hand, whether as a school owner or whether as a parent, you are going to give accounts. You are going to give accounts. Just know that I know that I will give account of every soul, whether my children, whether my student, that the Lord, I used to tell teacher that we are going to give. So which account are you going to give when you meeting? When he asks you, these are we just give you to take care of them. They gave you as a trust. The children has given to us as a trust. We'll give account. So knowing that we'll give account, how do we need to nurture them, and what type of servant, or nurturer do we want to be? I pray that God will help us all in Jesus' name. But know that concerning this,
Amen.
we are going to give accounts. We give accounts. So if
Mm.
we give accounts, we need to be more intentional and be deliberate. There's one prayer I used to pray. I say, and I used to tell parents to pray that not on the accounts of this child, I will miss it. Not on the account of this child, I will miss it. No, God will help
That's
us
a
in Jesus.
powerful one.
Yes.
Amen. Not on the
Yeah.
account of this
Child,
child. Will I miss it?
will I miss it? Yes.
So it simply means that you need to be super intentional. If you don't want
Yes,
to miss
very
it on the account of that child, you need to
much.
put in the work so that you will not miss it.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you
Mhm.
so much, ma. Thank you,
You're
thank
welcome.
you, thank you so much, ma. I appreciate you. I am sure everybody does too. Please share your thank you. If you know you got value, if you know you were blessed, if you know you have message for your child's school and the parents around you, please drop your thank you. This one is a master class. Minister Adegoke doesn't come cheap, oh. But you know the funny thing, your school fees is not much. How do you even do that? Sorry, I said we have wrapped up. I can't
Yes.
tell, but ask because I know that when you started, your school fees was just like your school fees is not much. It's not. How do you now
Yeah.
manage everything?
Yeah. So God. God is helping us. Yes. Yes. Because I don't even know what to say.
Because the
Uh
standard you give in your school,
yeah,
the
yeah,
standard, it,
yes,
it
yes,
should be schools paying not even
yes.
thousands, so not even hundreds of thousands. You should be
Yes.
talking about 500,000, 600,000. Really, I'm not just kidding. But so how do you now? How do you now do everything?
So
Wow.
the summary I can just say is mercy. Mercy. God's
And
mercy.
she
This is
and she
sincerely
has
I
a
can't.
school where is it a recycling club? I see that a lot online. Even during those days we used to come for summer. I know that I used to do that. I didn't see your work online. See them, they made this presentation. Ah,
Uh,
I don't know. I don't really know what to say, man.
it's God that is helping us. When there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a
Yes.
will, there is a way. When you have a very strong and you trust God, also God has actually been our source, our help. It's not about God has been there for us. That's another big factor for us, sincerely, and I will not hide that. It's a very, very big factor for me. God factor. God factor. You see, when He calls you, He will also equip you and He will send you resources. Mm,
Yeah.
yes,
Wow.
it's a big factor.
Thank you
God
so
factor
much,
is
man.
a big
Thank
factor for
you.
me. Yes, thank God.
Wow. It has
Mm.
been a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all you do for the
Yeah.
children, for great destination, for humanity, for everything. God will bless you plenty. God will bless you
Amen.
plenty. And for honoring us, ma'am, God will
Amen.
bless you. We appreciate
Amen.
you a lot. And we do hope that we'll call you again because next year we are holding, because this is our first conference ever and want to make
Oh,
it yearly. And I'm so happy
mhm.
that God is actually using people. Everybody I reached out to for this conference, everybody honored us and they are actually giving us just their teaching. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. When I was going to reach, I was not like, she's busy, she's busy. How do I? I had that doubt, but then thank you so much, man.
We
Thank you.
thank God.
Thank you.
We
God
thank
bless you
God.
very much. God bless you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, ma.
So we'll
All right.
come back. We'll come back again tomorrow, the same time, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And tomorrow
Okay.
it is going to be another practical power pack sessions. Don't miss it for anything. And remember to share this and tell your children to school. See what schools are doing. Children-centered school. See how to make a difference in the life of your children. Remember, it is brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. You can ask all the questions you have to join us for 2026. The Visionary Parents Academy is an academy that is super intentional about raising tomorrow's leader. We equip parents. We have a vibrant and engaging academy, and our fee is not something that is for what we do there. Our fee is a steal. I tell you that. So you want to send a message and ask us how you can join us for next year. Thank you so much, everyone. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much, ma. God
Thank
bless
you, ma.
you. Good night.
And you too. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.